Hey everyone, David Fisher here. I want to talk about the power of networking, and specifically, I want to thank my parents for teaching me about the power of networking without me ever even realizing it. This was spurred by the fact that I recently read the book Hillbilly Elegy by J.D. Vance. It's been out a few years, but I'm finally catching up. By the way, fantastic book. I highly recommend it. It was a wonderful glimpse into a part of American culture that I'm not that familiar with. But it was interesting because I was reading through the book, captivated by his story, and I came upon this paragraph, and I'm going to read it to you directly. The problem is virtually everyone who plays by those rules fails. That week of interviews showed me that successful people are playing an entirely different game. They don't flood the job market with resumes, hoping that some employer will grace them with an interview. They network. Emphasis mine. They network. They email a friend of a friend to make sure their name gets the look it deserves. They have their uncles call old college buddies. They have their school's career service office set up interviews months in advance on their behalf. They have parents tell them how to dress, what to say, and whom to schmooze. All right. So, and schmoozing has a negative connotation, but he's really talking about his ability to find a job after he's in law school and to get appointments to different clerkships and internships in law school. Because he came from a background where business relationships really weren't valued and networking wasn't valued. And so this was a big chance for him to learn the importance of that. And even to go further, he says, there's an enormous value in what economists call social capital. It's a professor's term, but the concept is pretty simple. The networks of people and institutions around us have real economic value. And so, I read that, I was like, ding, 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 ding. That's so true. And that's why I try to tell people, why they should spend time and energy networking. And as I mentioned at the top, my parents were fantastic networkers. And they didn't call it networking. They didn't do it on purpose. They were just really involved in the community. Actually, my grandparents were very involved in our community, both in civic organizations, religious organizations, political organizations. And so I was just used to seeing my parents not only go out into our community and have relationships and meet people, but, start new ones. And I saw them invest time and energy into building those relationships, going to events, having people over for Sunday brunch. And I got to see firsthand the power of having those relationships and how it really was about helping everybody out, because not only did you have those relationships and you could sometimes ask for help. I remember my first job in high school scooping ice cream was because my dad worked with the husband of the woman who owned the ice cream place. I think that's how it worked. But there was nothing wrong with asking for help. And also, I learned very early on to give help. If there was a way that you could make an introduction or you could tell people about a program or a job opening, you did. And again, I didn't realize how fortunate I was to see that modeled until I read JD's book and realized that not everybody gets to see that modeling. And so I want to say thank you to my parents, of course, but I also wanted to encourage you to spend the time and energy to develop that social capital within the networks that you work in, that you live in, that you will hopefully one day thrive in. And if you have that already, fantastic. And if not, you can always start today. And that is why I spend a lot of time talking about networking, not only the strategies, but the tactics of how to make that happen, because it is super important. It's super valuable. So if there's any way that I can help you build your networking skills, please let me know. Check out my books, jump on our newsletter list. Would love to be of service and would love to help you build the social capital you need to be successful. So thanks a lot, Mom and Dad, and to everybody, good luck networking today. Bye.